Welcome to the Museum of Aquarium and Pet History, and thank you again for coming today. We really appreciate it. And I just want to tell you a couple things. One of them is we have 3 big videos coming up for December, January, and February. In December, we're going to have our film clips, where we do film clips of old pet shops, commercials, everything that has to do with aquariums and birds and antique, basically vintage pet type things. So that's our film clip video. We've done it every December for the past, I think, 3 years. So that is in December, comes out the first week of December. And that's 2025 if you're watching this at a later date. And in January, we have the owner of the Magnolia Bird Farm who turned 100 years old. He's going to be talking to us, and that's pretty exciting. I love this one. So make sure you definitely tune in January, first week of January. And then February, we have Danny DiGiacomo, whose son is a race car driver with NASCAR, I think it is. And he actually ran quite a few pet shops in his career, was on a lot of the different boards of directors for pet organizations. So we sat down with him and really did a deep dive into the pet industry. So that's a hardcore one for those of you that are pet industry professionals and stuff. You might want to watch that one. That is in February. And I just want to show you one little thing. I was out when I was filming these things in Orange County. I went to a couple of tropical fish stores, and Orange County has a lot of Asian tropical fish stores, a lot of ones that are run by Japanese, Chinese, or Vietnamese. And one thing I found was this little cute betta net. It's really rustic, but that was kind of cool. But the other thing I found that I thought was really interesting, I just want to show it to you for those of you international customers. So this is a little Chinese boy peeing, and it hooks up to an airline. It's patterned after Mannekan Pis out of Belgium, which is the famous Belgium statue of the little boy peeing, which is Mark Peen, I guess is what Monica is. And that's kind of Belgium's attitude since they were occupied in the last 3 or 4 wars. They kind of like say, come on in, occupy us. We're not going to fight you. We're too small of a country. And so they have a statue that basically tells the way they feel. So I thought that was kind of fun. So anyways, those were from a Asian tropical fish store, which is all over Orange County. If you get to Orange County, those are always fun stores to stop at. All right, so I'll get to it. And Belgium actually has another statue of a woman peeing called Mannekan Pis. That came at a much later date. I guess they didn't want to discriminate against peeing statues, so they have that one as well. Rightio. Okay. What a nice packing job. Like no bubble wrap, but they did this perforated pressed cardboard, which kind of was nice. So this is arts and crafts cage. This is definitely 1920s, 1930s, right in that realm. I'm looking for Germany stamped on it, but I don't see Germany, but it looks like possibly Czechoslovakia. So basically in the 30s, you had Hendrix, but then you had imported cages from Germany and from Czechoslovakia, which is now the Czech Republic. And this is one of those cages. I believe this one's imported by Shoemann Mayer under the Sandra M brand, 1930, and it's sold for $7.25, which in today's money is $125. So if you were to buy this cage today, it costs you 125 big ones. All right, so that is a Art Deco bird cage out of probably Czechoslovakia. I thought Germany, but no, I think it's Czech. All right. What else do we got here? Okay. So, I don't show paper very often, but we do get a lot of paper items in at the museum. This is just one of really pretty, of a little girl at a pond with goldfish in it. So I just thought that was a beautiful little illustration that we actually could frame and put up in the museum as well. And let me just show you one more. I don't want to shortchange it today. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, you know what? I want to show this one. So this one's fun. Now this, as you could see, it says Royal Society Embroidery. Made up cage cover. Black satin with yellow broadcloth border. So basically it's a birdcage cover with canaries singing in it, and it says good morning, and you have to make it yourself. So when I got it in, because it's really old, I think this one is 1920s, so it's over 100 years old. It wasn't cheap, it was pretty expensive. And when I got it in, I had to figure out, who can I get to sew this? My wife? No. So it has all the instructions on how to sew it. But Linda, who used to work at ZoomEd, and worked for us for over 20 years, I think maybe 25 years, she actually sewed it for us, which I thought was so cool. So, and here you go. There is the birdcage cover, sewn by Linda, formerly of ZoomEd, now retired and having fun. I just ran into her at the reptile show, actually. And I think she did a beautiful job. It's gorgeous. All right, so with that, I will see you guys later. I'll see you next week. And thank you again for coming. Have a nice week, all right? Take care. Bye.